Hello maker, this is Vishal and I welcome you all to Makershala. In this session, we are going to discuss your and my favorite, the virtual reality or the VR. So hello everyone, how are you? How many of you are excited for this one? I hope all of you are doing fine in the lockdown and enjoying, and weather is very nice here. It is very cool, breeze is blowing, no heat is here. So I hope all of you are doing fine. So in the comment section, hello everyone, hello. I think I'm able to see someone here. Okay, so a lot of people are here. Okay, Sachin Gargil, hello. Madhav, hello everyone. Hello Meena AG. Okay, so you are Siddharth. Hello everyone. Good morning. How are you doing? Okay, so Sachin Gargil is Ayan. Hello Ayan, how are you? Good morning. And Avni Bhatt, hello, how are you? Good morning, Rita Telang. Okay, so how many of you are excited to learn about virtual reality? Comment excited if you are, and how you are spending actually your lockdown days, how many things you are learning from us, because we are streaming two technologies in a week, one on the Wednesday and one on the Sunday. So we are exploring a lot of technology. So if you haven't subscribed to Makershala YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon also, so that whenever I come live, you receive a notification. Okay, so now, okay, Arduino. Okay, so Ayan is learning about Arduino, and the Manan Singhal channel. Okay, shout out to Manan. And so a lot of people are excited about today's session. So I'm able to see a couple of people here. And before we begin the session, so I would like to point out to the makerware.in, because this session is about VR. So to experience the VR in real life, you need this VR box, which is visible onto your screen. So I have this from makerware.in. So if you want to experience real VR, okay, so we are going to create a VR app in this session, but it is of no use if you do not have this VR box. So you get this VR from the makerware.in, and then you just put your phone inside here and run the app, and then you can enjoy your own virtual real world. So in the last session I have pointed out about this, because that in this session we are going to do about VR. So I think about 30 or 50 30 or 35 people purchase this VR box. So now if you are interested, then you can also get this one and experience the VR in first hand. Sir, do we need a computer for this? Obviously you need a computer for this, to run this application, to learn about all of these things, to complete this. But you can run that on your computer also once the app is finished. So you can directly deploy that onto your phone, and I will tell you that also. Okay, yes Ayan, we are going to make in glitch, because we are using only the HTML5 and the A-frame. So I'll tell you about what is A-frame and what is VR in a minute, and we are going to use do that in glitch. So for the people, those who are new here, we have done a HTML and CSS basic tutorial in glitch. Glitch is a website where you can build HTML, CSS and JavaScript apps and deploy that online also. So we are going to use the glitch here. So hello everyone. So I think we can start now. Madhav Garsar, we can make it in Unity. Yes, obviously you can make it in Unity, but it is much more difficult to make it in Unity. Now you will learn how easy it is to get started with VR using A-frame. So we will just write about 13 lines of code, and in 13 lines of code you can create your own world. I'm literally saying it. You will learn how to create your own world, like a full-fledged VR world. Okay, so this code is going to be only 13 or 15 lines, but you can add your code inside it. It is very straightforward, and you can create your own world. It is that much easy, I'm saying. Okay, so Madhav, it is necessary to buy the Makershala VR box, or can we do it? So if you have the VR box with you, that is good. You can do that on that also. But if you do not have that, you can buy this one, because if you buy Oculus or other one, they are really costly. But this one, it is very cheap, about 500 or something, and you can assemble it on your own. So it works perfectly fine. Okay, so Shams Hatim, hello everyone. So now I think we can get started with here. So I have some of the people here right now. So now I think I should start now. Okay, so I'll move on to the the page here. So now this is the kit here. So this is the laser cut VR box. So it has multiple components. So if for the full kit, this is the full kit. It has a head-on strap so that you can put it on your head, and then we have the neodymium magnet so that you can just fix it. And then we have the lenses also. So the lenses are here, and then we have the laser cut VR box also. So this is a really good product. And then so now I'll move on to the, so this is the VR app we are going to actually create here. So you can see here it has 4 3D models. So this one, first we have a circle, then we have a cube, you can say a box, then we have a cylinder, and then we have a plane, and then we have a JS model. So three models, cylinder, cube, and the circle, or I should say sphere, is created using the A-frame only, using HTML only. But for the JS, we have created this model in Tinkercad, and then we have imported that model from Tinkercad to this VR world. So how cool is that? So now you can create any of the model you want, and then you can directly import that model inside your VR app or the game, whatever you want to build. Okay, so I think it is very much exciting that because when I was preparing for this session, I was very reluctant that okay, VR is not a thing, I don't want to work in VR. But when you build these things with just 13 or 15 lines of code, it feels really exciting. The applications are endless for the VR. So now I'll just go on to the A-frame website. So A-frame is actually building these things. So we have a JavaScript library. So JavaScript is a programming language which is working on websites. So JavaScript runs on the browser. So everything which is displayed here, it is because of the JavaScript. Because without JavaScript, it will not be that much beautiful. All of the functionality, the site interacts with you, that all is possible through JavaScript. So JavaScript has a library called as 3.js. So I'll just go on to that website also very quickly. So 3.js is a 3D library for JavaScript. So A-frame is actually built using 3.js, and with this library you can create VR and as well as AR apps also. So VR stands for virtual reality and AR stands for augmented reality. We are going to do a session on that also, probably on the next Sunday. So this is a VR. So VR stands for the virtual reality. In that we create a virtual world around us, okay, and so that we can experience it. And for experiencing it, we use something called as a VR box. Right now we do not have any other further technology, so that purpose we need to use a VR box here. So in virtual reality, we create our own virtual world. We add models, we add colors, we add, you can say, people, and then those people can also, and those objects can also perform some tasks. For example, if you want to make a VR game, so in VR game, so you have a car and you are running a car. So car is an object. So now you want to add functionality to the car, so that car can move, car can turn, car can collide with other obstacles, and car can run past other vehicles. So all of these functionalities are added using VR here. But we are not going to add the functionality, because for that purpose you need the JavaScript. But to make a steady VR 3D page, we do not need anything. We can just do that using plain HTML5. Okay. So now this is this library, and so this is the code. This is the whole code for this project which I made here. Okay, so this is the whole code for here, and so as you can see here, it just only consumed only 30 lines. Which of them? This is the main part for this code. So about 11 or 13 lines of the code to create this amazing VR app, and then the applications and the possibilities are endless. You can create anything here. Okay. So I'll just quickly go on to the comments, and if you have any doubts, okay, so you can ask me here. Otherwise we will start with the session. Okay, so if you have any doubts, any questions, you can ask here in the comment section, and then we will move forward with the VR. So if you haven't okay, so VPlay build is a little bit late here. So in this session we are going to build a VR app, virtual reality app, using only HTML and the A-frame library. Okay, yes, you can do it on any laptop, Windows, Linux, MacBook, any laptop. It works on any laptop. And so right now, So I think if you do not have any doubt, so if you do not know about HTML or CSS, we have a live session on HTML and CSS also. You can go inside the playlist or inside the videos of the Makershala YouTube channel, and from there you can learn the basics of HTML. So on that session I use the glitch only. Okay. Madhav Garsar, we will make a game or a video. So Madhav, we are going to make a 3D scene here. Okay. And we are not going to make a game here, but you can make a game. So if you know the JavaScript, then you can manipulate the HTML and create a game here. Yes, HTML, hypertext markup language, and CSS cascading style sheets. Okay, so now I think all of are ready, and we have about 20 to 25 people here. So now I think we can move forward and get started with this. So for those who do not know about the glitch, so glitch is an online. मेरे पास बैंडविड्थ ही नहीं आती कि मैं स्ट्रीम कर पाऊँ. चलो ठीक है, लाइव अभी. Okay, so how many of you are still here? Because we actually experienced a little bit of a problem of the internet. So these kind of things happen all the time. But I'm really sorry for that. But if you are still here, so you can, if you know your friends, you can call them and share the link so that they can also join this one, because now it is working fine. Okay. Okay, so actually I had experienced the problem with the Wi-Fi here, but now it is working fine. So now I'll just not waste any time here. So I'll just move on to the glitch. So in the glitch, so if you do not have an account, so you can just sign up on the glitch, and because I have already signed up, so I can just click on this new project button, and from here this new project hello web page will open. Okay. So the two things you need for this project to begin with, so I'll close this one and I'll close this one also. So now this is my new project, so it is starting up. So now it has three files here, actually 4 files. So first file is the HTML. So if you do not know, HTML is the bare bone structure of a web page. Without HTML there will not be a web page. So HTML is like bones to a web page. Like we have the bone structure for our body, it is just like the HTML for a web page. And then we have the CSS, the cascading style sheet. For that, CSS is used to style the web page, to create different colors, to add button styles, to add styling, to add basic animations also. And then the JavaScript is actually the muscles of a web page. JavaScript add the functionality or the interactivity inside a web page. So for that purpose, in this project we do not need a style sheet. So I'll delete this one also. So I'll delete this, and I do not need the JavaScript also, so I will delete this also. Okay. So now this is the HTML here, and so if you just click here on the show button, on the show, you can click next to the code. So now you can see the code here. So now it is just the bare bone HTML, and I do not need some of the contents also. So from here, from the script to the link, so I'll delete all of these things. So now I am left with these things. So I have deleted the body also. Okay, I'll create the body. Okay, so all of the code inside the HTML is written inside the body. Okay, so in HTML we have a couple of hierarchies. So first of all we have the HTML tag. So this is the tag, HTML tag. So everything you write, it should be written inside this tag. And then we have the head tag. So in the head we write all of the basic thing, like the character set we are defining, and now we are going to add some libraries also. So that also is needed to be added inside the head also. Okay, so if you are not able to see the screen, so I'll zoom it up a little bit. So now I think it will be visible to you. So if it is blurry from your side, so you can bump up the quality from the YouTube app. Okay, so click on in quality, make it to, it is 480 maximum in the phone, but if you are in the laptop you can move it up to 720, because we are streaming on that quality. So now we have these things. So in the title we will write the title. So in title I'll change it to my VR app. So now you can see here. So this is how you can just see that inside in your left right side. But if you want to watch that project inside a different window, so you can click here on the show and in a new window. So if you click here, and now it will be visible in a new window. So now you can see it is empty here because nothing is here, but you can see the title my VR app, which we just changed here. So now we need two things here. We need two libraries so that we can work with these things. So first of all, so I'll just copy these libraries from this one, from my last script. So these two libraries, I'll give the link also to these libraries in the description. Okay, so I'll copy these libraries here, because without these libraries the code will not work. So now you have these libraries, so I'll delete this one. So now the code is visible to all of you. Okay, so now I'll complete this one. Whoops. So now this is completed. So now my libraries are loaded here. Okay, so these two links are important. Okay, so I have deleted the files for JavaScript because we do not need JavaScript in this session, because we are not adding functionality. And then we are also deleting the CSS also. So cascading style sheet, we are also deleting that. But we need to add these two libraries. Okay, so these two libraries are needed to be added inside a project. So I'll just give the link to these libraries, okay, in the description, so that all of you can see here. So if you have any doubt till now, you can ask me in the comment section. Okay, so if you have any doubt till now, you can ask me in the comment section. So okay, so what are you in game watch? Okay, after deleting the JS, I am just right. So I just open a index.html page, and inside that I have deleted everything. I have just kept these things only, because we are going to build our project from the basic. Correct? Okay, fee play builds. I think you got this one. So in your screen, maybe you have all of the project, but you need to keep these things only. So you can delete everything also and just keep these things only. Okay. So I'll wait for here, so till everyone comes on the same page. Okay, so I think I'll share the library in the description. So now in the description I am adding the links. So if you just go down on the description, so you can see the links for the libraries. Okay, so I think now you are able to do this. Okay, so this the first link we have here. So you can just copy that link, and you need to add that inside your project. Okay, so these are two links here. So so these are two links. You can just copy those links and add these into your files, and then your library will also be working. Now fee play build, you can see two links here. See, in the description we have two links here. Okay, so now I'll just move forward here. So these two are the libraries which we are going to work with. Okay, so the main is the aframe.io, and then we have a library based on the 3.js. Okay, so these two libraries are required to create the models and to import the model also. So okay, so these are the libraries which we are going to use, and you can also get the link from here also. So aframe, so this is the official website of aframe. So if you want to know about more tutorials, what things you can build here, so you can get the links from here also. So if you just go on to aframe, and this is the script we required in this one. So this script is required. Okay, So we are working with the version 1.0.0. So hope make sure that you have the correct version. Okay, so this is the link. From this link you can get this one. So search A-frame and go to the first link and then click on the get started. Okay, so now I think we are good to start here. So now these are the things here, libraries here we have added, but now we are going to create a box here. So now for that purpose, first of all, how the things work in the A-frame. So first of all, we need to create a scene here, not a dramatic scene, but actually a VR scene here. So these are called as a HTML tags. So A and the hyphen and scene. Okay, then we add, you can add the colors also here. So I'll add the color here. Okay, and inside the colors we will add, so for the color, to add the colors here, so I'll use something called as a sketch pad. Okay, from the sketch pad you can generate different colors. So this is my software. I like this one because it is easy to work with, but you can search the color codes on Google also. So you can just click on any color you want and you can just copy the hashtag from here. So have the hash code of the color here. Okay, so this is the color. So I'll copy this one here, and now I'll go to this one. Okay, so now I will add here background equal to, and inside the quotes, and then hash code, and this is the hash code for that one. So now we need to close this one. So this one is here. So now make sure that everything you write from now onwards, all of the boxes you are going to create, the models you are going to create, all of these things should appear inside this scene only. So now if you just open this one, now you can see see that our background has this green color. So this is the A scene is actually the HTML tag, and the background color is the property of that tag. So we can manipulate the property. So if you change this color to any other color, it will work like that. Okay, so now, so I think all of you are able to do it. Okay, so if you have any doubt here, you can ask in the comments. I'll wait, and then we'll clear that out, and then we will move forward. So now if you want to create a box, so we can create a box using simple a box tag, a hyphen box. Okay, and then here you will add the properties of box. So first of all is the position. So let's say I want to make the position as 0, 0 and 0. Okay, so 0, x, y and z, and then I want to make the width equal to say 4. So here the units are in A-frame are in the meters. So when I say the 4 here, so it means actually in the real world as 4 meters. And then the height equal to say 4, so it will be a cube. And then the color equal to, so I'll just again go to the sketchpad, and from here I'll pick any color. So I'll just pick this one, the bluish. So copy its hash code, and then write the hash and the color code here. So now I'll just close this one, this tag here, and now this one is done. So now if we just go on to our browser, so now we will be able to see some box here. So now you can see, so you need to, so you can just scroll on side on your web page using these arrow keys and W, S and D also. So in that way you can watch the scene in 3D, actual 3D. Okay, so like this you can just move it here and like this. So now the box has been created here, but it is looking very different. So it is just flat onto my face. So I'll just add a little bit of rotation here. Okay, Madhavgar, the libraries, the link to the libraries are added inside the description. Okay, the link to the library is added in the description. Sir, I cannot understand. What you cannot understand? Can you please specify the doubt you are having here? Manan Singhal, if you have any doubt here, you can ask. Okay, if I am moving too fast or moving too slow, if you have any particular doubt. Okay, so I am very fast. Okay, so now I'll move, I'll just wait here. Okay, so I'll stay here for 1 minute. So if you have any doubt till now, you can ask in the comment section. So I'll repeat whatever we have done here. Okay, what is a scene? So so Siddharth, the scene is actually this one. So this whole everything which is visible to onto our screen, all of the VR app is a scene. So inside the scene we add multiple things. So we have added a box here, so now we can add a cylinder here also, we can add a frame of a plane also. So scene is actually your VR app, your main VR app, in which you are adding all of the things. For example, it is just like a cupboard. In the cupboard you have the clothes, you have the documents, all of the things we add in the cupboard. So it is just like that. So in the scene we add all of our geometry. So if you take the example of a PUBG game, so in PUBG game, what is the scene? The whole of the environment is the scene. The vehicles, the players, the weapons, the houses, all of them are a part of the scene. Okay, so that is a scene inside this one. Okay, so now this is the code. So first of all, I'll explain it line by line. So doc type HTML is written so that we want to specify that to the browser that we are working in HTML5. Okay, and then we have added the HTML tag. So this is the first HTML tag, and then inside that tag we have the head. So in the head section we define all of the basic things, the character set. So these all things you do not need to even understand. Okay, these are the typical for all of the web page. The main things are these two lines. So we are adding two libraries here. Okay, so these are the two JavaScript libraries, and this is how we add JavaScript libraries inside a HTML code. So like that, we add a script and then we write src equal to, and then we add the link to those libraries, because these libraries are hosted on a server. Okay, so now I think you are able to understand that. And then I have added the title, that my VR app. So here head section is ended. So in the HTML we can close any section, any tag using the slash and the name of that tag. Okay, so this section is closed here, and then we have the body here. So we write the main code inside the body. So in the body, so this is the body tag here, and inside the body I am creating a scene here. So this is a scene, and scene has a background color, and then so this is the scene, and then inside the scene we will add all of our objects. So now I hope the doubts are clear, so that we can move forward now. Okay, so it is better that you just understand everything what I am doing, okay, rather than just copying and pasting. So I can just share the link to the project also. The code and everything will be available to you, but it is important that you understand the meaning of everything what we are doing here. All of the commands I'm writing, the box, the circle, the properties, how these properties are manipulated, because that is important to do, because the code is available online. Okay, we are not doing anything fancy here, we are just doing the basic ones, but the to understand the concept, that is really important. Okay, so now I think we can move forward. So now so this is the object, the box I have created. So so if you want to see the box, so we just have to move a little bit towards backwards, pressing the arrow button. So I'll just reduce the height and width. I'll make it as 2 and 2. Okay, so the best thing is of the glitch that you do not need to save these. All of the objects are saved automatically. Okay, so you can just make the changes and you can just visualize everything in the live. Okay, so now you can see all of these things are visible. So I'll just change the colors for these one. Okay, so I don't think these colors look pretty apt, but let's just go. And so now these two are the positions. So first position, in the position we have the x, y and z. So x will change the position in the x direction, and y will change the position in the y direction, and z will change the position in the z direction. So if you change the z, so if I'll make the z as say -4, so now you will see the change here. So now it is visible to me without even coming forward here. So now if I make the z really say -8, so it will go really far. See, so now it is going really fast. So that is how you can change the z direction. So I'll change it to say 4. So now if we change the y here, so if I'll change the y, so I'll make it as 3. So now you can see it is moving a little bit upward. So now this is how you can change the y direction, because we do not want to change the y, we want to make it on the 0, 1. And then if you change the x here, so if I'll make it as say -3, so it will move in the negative x direction, I hope in this direction. So now you can see that now it is moving in the negative x direction. So this is how we can change the position of any object. So this applies to every object whatever we are going to add in this project. So I'll make it as 0. So now this is it. So this is our box here in front of us, but now it is just facing me in front, inside, like with the front view. So now we have other properties also, so that is called as a rotation. So it doesn't matter where you write the property. So I have added wrote the width first and the height after that and the rotation after that. So you can add the rotation first, then the width, then the height. So it is of no issue. So now I'll add the rotation. So rotation likewise added in the 3 dimensions. So if you write 0, 0 and 0, so there will be no rotation. But if you write say 45 in the y direction, so then we will be able to see some rotation in y direction. So now we can see that it is rotated 45 degrees inside the y axis. Okay, so if I'll change it to say 15 degrees, so now you will be able to see that it is changed to 15 degree. Okay, and the same goes for all of the other directions. So now I'll change it to say I'll change it to in the x, I'll say 15 degrees. So let's see what happens. So now it is changed in the x direction. So x axis is like this. So if you want to rotate something on the x axis, so it will be rotated like this one. Okay, so we are rotating on the axis. So I'll move it to 0 and I'll change in the y. So I'll change in the y, say 30. So now it is like this. So it is visible to me clearly, all of the sides are visible. And then if you want to add, you can add the shadow also. So Madhavgar, so I'll just wait for a minute. So now we can see we have added a shadow also. So now so you can just copy these things. Okay, so I'm on the same page here only. Okay, so you can just copy the libraries from here only. So I'll just move myself to a little bit on the other side. Here I'll make myself a little bit smaller. Okay, and then you will be able to see the code clearly. Okay, so I can just change the viewport also. So now I think all of the things are visible clearly. So what you can do, if you are not able to insert the library, so you can just copy all of the lines from here and that will be added inside your code. Okay, so write just all of these lines, script, source, HTML, this one and this one. These 2 lines are important. Okay, so just copy these one from here and then you will be able to do that. Okay, the same thing I have did. So nothing, I have added anything else. So I have wrote these 2 lines here. So if you just write them like that, Madhavgar, this is how we can add the libraries here. So just copy the link and add the script tag and then add the source src equal to, and then inside the quotes you will add the link to that library and then it will work. Okay, so this is nothing fancy. Sir, it is not working. What is not working? I think we can pause here for 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, and then you can add the libraries. Okay, so you can just copy and copy these lines from here, these 2 lines, the line number 7 and 8, the lines I am highlighting. So you can just copy these lines, add script src equal to https and then the a-frame. Okay, so it is better that you work on the glitch because glitch is tried and tested. Okay, so if you work on the glitch, so then we can solve the issues. But if you are using any other frame, any other platform, so it will be a problem. Okay, so I think if you add these 2, then it will be free play build. If you are, when you are running, it comes blank white page using glitch. So are you also adding these things also? So in the body, so you make sure that all of the things are you are adding in the same way. Okay, like a minus a scene. So if you are having the error, so you can just go on to the app, the page, and you can just press F11. Okay, so if you press the F11 and inside the console you can see any error. So now I have no errors here, so mine is working perfectly fine. So behind me you can see. Okay, so if you have any errors, so these errors will be displayed here. Okay, so just go on to the web page, the application web page, and just press F12 button. Okay, then you will be able to see the errors if there are any. So this is the same procedure you have to do. Okay, So I can I'm sharing the link to this code here, so then you will be able to make the changes in this one. Okay, so this is the link here. I have added that link in the comment section, so you can just click onto that link, and then you will be have the access to edit this code. But do not edit this code, okay, because this is the code where I'm working right now. But what you can do, you can just copy and paste the code from here. So now I will able to see some people here, but do not change this code. So now a lot of people are coming in this code. It is really funny, but it is good. So you can just copy and paste this code and try to run that in your glitch, and then it will be working. Okay. So now a lot of people are doing things. Now I'm out of control. I have lost all the control of this project. So now probably I should start another project. Okay, so now the changes are happening in my project. Okay, so I'll keep this one. I'll start a new one. No issues with that. So I'll just go on to the glitch again, and I'll start a new project. So you can just mess with this one. Okay, and I'll start another one. I think okay, I can start a new project here, and I'll also copy and paste this one. And yes, people are also deleting this one. Yes, very good. Yes, that is what you should do. Yes, yes, that is what you should do. Whenever you have the access, you should delete the whole code. So then in that case, I need to close this one. So I have shared the code, but you are not having the decency. So I'll go to a different code, and then I'll start creating. So I'll delete all of the things. So now I'm creating a new HTML, and here I think I'll paste. So this is the head I have. So now I need to create the body, and body is here, and need to create the HTML. So okay, these three things are done here. So now I think I need to close this one. So I am going to delete that project. So that project was deleted. Okay, so now no one is able to access that one. So that project has been deleted. So now I think I have gave you the chance, so you could have just copied and pasted, but now you will not be able to do it because I have deleted that project. But so since I am creating a new one here, so I'll just go again. I have added the libraries like this one. So a minus scene, and inside the scene I will add background equal to color, and then I need to write the code. So I'll make it as a little bit of a bluish light blue color. Control C here, hash code, and Control V, and then I'll close this one. So the scene is closed, and now if we run this one, so show in the new window, so now we will be able to see our basic scene here. So this is the blue one here, and then we will start adding the box here. So now okay, so first of all, you learn all of the things what I am teaching you. Okay, so you just follow, you just learn the concepts, and then we will share the code with you. Okay, so we will share the code with you so that you can see that in the description. So we will add that, but because now the time is being wasted. I have planned this to be a 1 hour session, but now because of these things, so the time is being wasted. But so now you understand the concepts, and then I'll share the code with you so that you can copy and paste and learn from that code. Okay, so you can develop from that code. So now I'll move on to create a box here. So a minus box, and box will have the properties like the position. So position is going to be say 0, 0, x 0, and y 0, and minus 3 in the z direction. So how far it is from the viewers. And then we will add the rotation here. So rotation is again in the x, y, and z axis. So it will rotate 0 in the x, 0 in the y, and 0 in the z. So in the y I'll rotate it to 30s, and then we will have the width. So width is going to be equal to say 2, and then the height is going to be equal to say 2 again, and then we will add the color here. So color equal to, in the quotes, so I will choose the red one. So this one, Control C, and now to the index, so add a hashtag and add Control V. Okay, and then I will add a shadow here also. See, now the box is complete. So now you can see this is our box. So now it is visible to us loud and clear. Okay, so now we will go on to add any other things also. So now I'm going to add a plane here. So a minus plane. So the plane is the surface, and then it will have the position. So position is going to be equal to 0, 0 and 0, because we want our plane to be on the surface, on the plane actually, because from here all of the things will start. So plane is on a 0, 0, 0 axis, and then we will add the width equal to, say, I'll make it a little bit wide, so I'll make it as 6. So remember, all of the properties are added inside the quotes. So width equal to the property equal to and inside the quotes, and then the height, HEIGHT, height equal to also be 6, because it is going to be a square plane. And then we need to add the color. One more thing we need to add, but I'll just show you first, and then I'm going to add that. So I'll make the plane to be of, say, gray color. Okay, so I'll just copy the hash code here, hash Control V, and then I'll close this one. So now the plane is going to be created, but you are going to see some funny things onto the screen. See, this is the plane, but we wanted to be on the horizontal direction, but now it is in the vertical plane. So now we need to rotate it. So we'll just go here and we will add the rotation here. So inside the rotation equal to, so we need to change in which direction. So 0, 0 and 0. I think we will change in the x direction. So if I'll make it in the x direction as 90 degrees, no, 90s will not work. In the x direction. So if I'll change it to 90 in the x, whoops, it is not visible. Let's see what happens if I change it to negative 90 direction. So you can change the angle in the positive and the negative also, so like the clockwise and the anti-clockwise. So now we can see the plane is here. Okay, and now you can see this is the plane and the box is on the plane. Okay, and then, so this is the plane we have. So if we want that my box should appear a little bit above the plane, so I can change the y position of the my box. So y position of the box, I'm going to change it to 0.2, and then it will be a little bit above the plane. Okay, so now it is also intersecting. So if I'll change it to, say, 1, and then it will be little bit above. So now see, the box is above the plane. Okay, so in this way you can that is how you can create the things inside the A frame. Okay, so I hope all of you are able to follow till now. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments. Okay, ask in the comments and I'll answer these. So now I'll just go to the comments. Whoops. Okay, so Manan Singhal has no doubts. Free play builds. Okay, so Kamal Gupta, sir, please put the code in the description. Yes, we will do that. So Meena AG, I think you do not have any doubts. Manan Singhal, just follow along with me यार, पहले एक बार सीख तो लो जो कुछ मैं कर रहा हूँ. कोड तो आपको मिल ही जाएगा. कोई ऐसा थोड़ी है कि वी आर मेकिंग सम क्वांटम फिजिक्स टाइप ऑफ कोड. सो इट इज वेरी बेसिक कोड, आपको मिल जाएगा, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है उसके अंदर, पर इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट टू लर्न द कॉन्सेप्ट्स. ओके, so now these things are done. So we have added two things here. So we have added a box here, and then we have added a plane here. Plane means that the plane, plane, XY plane, not a physical plane, but we can add that also. If you create a model for that, we'll show you how to do that. So now I'm going to add two more geometries. So one is going to be a sphere and then other is going to be a cylinder. Cylinder, yes, cylinder. So first a minus sphere. So sphere is also having the properties like the position. So position is going to be equal to 0, 0 and 0. So if I create the sphere on the same position as the circle, so I'll move it towards the minus x direction. So I'll create it and -2. And then so the sphere is going to have one property, so that is going to be radius. Radius is equal to say 1, little small sphere. And then it will have color equal to, and I'll add the hash code. So sphere is going to be of yellow color. Nowadays the yellow is becoming my favorite color. Don't know why. Whoops. And then I'll close this one. So now the sphere should appear. Whoops. So sphere is here. So now it is intersecting with this one. So we need to lift it in the y direction. So I'll also move the plane a little bit towards backwards. -2, and the sphere will also move towards the back side. So -2 here. So now you can see this is how you can move your objects on the scene, because creating an object is very easy, but it is tricky to place the objects where you want them to. So this is how you can change their location. So if I change the y vector of the y position of the sphere, so it will move a little bit upward. So if I change it to 1, so now you will be able to see it has moved a little bit upside. So now you can see it clearly. Okay, so we have the plane here and then we have the two objects. So it is very important that you make sure that these two are not intersecting with each other. Okay, and then we can do this. So now we have created these two things here. Okay, so now the things are good. I think we can move forward. So all of you do not have any doubt. Okay, so now the sphere is added here. So I need to add a cylinder here also. So a minus cylinder, and it also have the position equal to say I'll add 0, 0 and 0 first, and then we'll change it, and then it will have a radius. So radius is going to be equal to 1, and then cylinder has two properties like the radius and then the height of that one. So it will have the height is going to be equal to 2, and then we need to add the color here. So color equal to, so then I'll again go to the sketchpad. So I'll make it as a pink color. So pink is also my favorite color actually. Pink is a very good color. And then so the cylinder is now being added. So now we can see that cylinder is added at 0, 0, 0, but we need to change the location and the position of this one. So we'll change it in a simple way. So first we need to move it a little bit upwards in the y direction. So now if you see, the sphere is a little bit towards upside. Okay, so it is onto the plane, and now we need to move it a little bit towards backwards. So if I'll move it here -2, but we need to change the x direction also, because then it will be intersecting with the box here. So I'll change it to say 2. So now it will be in this side. Okay, so now you can see this is how you can create multiple objects onto the screen, and you can change their location and position also. Okay, so if you want, you can rotate them also depending upon different axes. And now if you have any doubts, so you can ask in the comments. मनन, हमने अभी तक नहीं बनाया है मेकरशाला डिस्कॉर्ड सर्वर, but we can do that also. Previous part, please, Gautam ST, can you please mention in which part you have the doubt on the specific part, because everything is onto the screen. So if you want to have any doubt, if you do have any doubt regarding the position, how to change it, how the position is working, so you can ask here. So I'll stop here for 2 minutes, and if you have any doubts or any questions, then we'll answer it, and then we will move forward. Okay, I think you do not have any doubts here. Okay, so I think all of you are able to follow along with us. Okay, Gautam ST, you got the point. Okay, so that is good. समझ में आ रहा है, that is good. Okay. Okay, so now we are going to add another object here. Okay, so now we have added two things here. Oh, so we have added a couple of things here: a sphere, a cylinder, a rectangle, a box, and a plane, and the background also. So the background is a different, but you can add the sky also here. So if you just click here, and you can add a minus sky, and you can add the background. Background equal to color, and then the hash code. So background is supposed to be I'll make it as black because it is night time in our virtual world. So I'll add control, whoops. So now I think we have a, whoops, no background. Why is that so? Okay, so we can just add using the color property here. So inside the, we can add it, say color equal to hash code, and we can just add using this one. Okay, whoops, I have two double quotes. So okay, so this is how now we are supposed to have something, a black sky here. So you can also add the images in place of these objects. So if you want that your sphere should appear like your image, you can add that. If you want that your background should have a specific image like of a universe, like some stars or the planets, you can add that, and you can add the images to your plane also. So we are not going to go into those details. So I think all of you are understood till this point. So now we are going to we will wait for here for 2 minutes, and then if you have any doubts in the, you can ask about the background, any other thing. So then now we are going to do the critical stuff. So now we are going to add a model, a 3D model, which is not created inside this one, which is created somewhere else, and then we are going to import that model, and then we are going to add that. So we are going to add a model from the your favorite software, the Tinkercad. So so we are not going to create any model here because it may take some time. So we can just search onto the Google, and let's say add the Taj Mahal. So Taj Mahal model Tinkercad. So let's see this one. So let's see what happens. So I think so this is the one. So Taj Mahal Tinkercad. So this is the latest one, I think. So we can download this one. So okay, so now I can just go inside and copy and tinker, because that is important step. Okay, I'll explain you why it is important. So we'll go inside copy and tinker, and here because it works with a specific format inside the inside our, whoops, it has so many features. So now all of the features are actually building here. So now whenever we are working with the VR, so we need a model, we need the model in specific format that is called as GLTF or GLB. Okay, so if you create any model onto the Tinkercad, so it is really important to understand this concept. So you just go on to the export, and in the downloads, export that model for 3D print and inside the GLTF. Okay, so this format is very critical. It is important because if you export it in a different format, it will not work. Okay, and so click on to this GLTF. So you can, if you want, you can create your own model also. So you can create your text as your name, and depending upon any other model, so you can create that. So we are exporting this one, the the Taj Mahal. So if you are very interested, you can create a virtual world of a Mars, and then you have a rocket here, the SpaceX rocket here. So you are flying that rocket. Obviously you need the JavaScript to fly that rocket, but you can create actually a virtual world. So if you want to make a project for your say science competition, then you can actually create a that prototype inside the VR world, that this is how I am imagining the future to be, and then you can show the project using the VR box to your audience. So how cool is that? Using just 10 or 20 lines of the code, you can create so many beautiful things. So now the model is preparing to be exported, so now it is downloading. Until then, if you have any doubt, you can ask in the comments. Manan, okay, so you are having the doubts in the code, so the code is here. So if you just want, you can write the code from here till the model downloads. Okay, so Manan, I think all of your doubts are clear. Okay, so now this model is still downloading. It is actually a little bit heavy one, so they will convert the model, and then we will be able to add this model inside our code. Okay. ऋषभ राज, यस यार मुझे समझ में आता है, यू आर सेइंग कि आपको थोड़ी इंग्लिश में प्रॉब्लम है। तो हम लोग एक काम करते हैं, हम लोग एक डेडिकेटेड स्ट्रीम कर सकते हैं स्पेशली इन हिंदी लैंग्वेज, क्योंकि मेरे लिए बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है दोनों लैंग्वेज में स्विच करना, बट आई रिमेंबर यू। तो अभी वी आर डाउनलोडिंग दिस मॉडल, सो नाउ द मॉडल इज रेडी, सो आई विल जस्ट क्लिक ऑन सेव मॉडल. So now the model is saved inside my computer. So now it is really important step to understand that how can we upload this model onto the glitch, and then we can use that inside our project. So here I think all of you are paying attention here. Hello everyone, hello onto the screen. So now we'll just go inside the assets. So assets is button, asset is the place where we add all of our images, models and everything. So I'll just click onto the assets. So here click on to upload an asset. So and it will open a dialog box. So I think it is not visible onto your screen, but it is here, and then we will choose the model here. So we have added the model. So now the model is going to be uploaded. So now you can see that uploading asset. So now the model is being uploaded onto the glitch. So now you can see the Taj Mahal model here. Okay, so this is how you can upload a model to the glitch. But if you want to add that inside your code, so we will go to the HTML here, and then we will add that. Okay, to add a model inside, you need to go inside the scene. Okay, inside the scene we need to create assets. So a minus asset, and inside the assets we need to define the asset item which we are going to add here. So I'll go here, a minus asset item, and inside the asset item I'm going to define my model. So it will have the ID. With the ID we are going to use that model inside our main code where we want to deploy that one. So ID equal to say Taj. Okay, and then we need to add the source of that model. So I will add src equal to, and inside that one we can go on to the assets, and from here if you click this one, and you will be able to have a link of that model. So we'll just copy this link here. Okay, and come back to the HTML, and we will add this one here. So now we will be able to display that model onto the screen. Okay, but we need to add one more thing also here. Okay, so I think all of you are able to understand till now. Everything is done. So I'll move this one to a little bit below. Okay, so now the code is visible to you, Payal Bhatt. So I think you are able to follow along with me. So now you no model is going to be visible onto the screen. Okay, so we actually need to add one more thing here actually, which is whoops. So when we are building the model, so we need to add this one. When we are actually exporting the model, importing the model inside the glitch, we need to add this one here, this line here. Okay, so this is just to add the model inside the glitch. So asset item ID equal to Taj, response type equal to array buffer, important to add. than the source of that one. So now we will be able to add that model onto our scene. Okay, so now I'll just click here and a minus entity, and inside here I will add gltf minus model, and now I'll set it equal to the id. So for if you want to refer to an id, so you need to use the hash, so hash Taj, and here you will add all of the properties here. So I will add the position equal to say 000, and then we will change it to say -1. It is little bit towards the user, and then the 00, and then we need to add the scale. So the scale is very important, because the model we have created, it may be have a very different scale, it may be very large, so we need to scale it accordingly. So I'll add the scale, say 0.5, 0.5 and 0.5. okay, so let's see what will happen if we create like this one. Okay, so now the identity entity has been created here. So this is how you can add a model inside your code. Okay, so first we need to create a HTML tag called a minus asset, and then inside the asset we need to create an asset item. Okay, so now I think it is clear. Okay, so we have all of the things here, and I think we are good to go. So asset, instead of asset we need to create assets. Okay, so now if you run this one, I think we will be able to see the Taj model. No, not visible. So I'll click on F12 to see if we have any errors. Okay, we do not have any errors. So where the Taj went? Maybe so I'll change the color to the little bit white, so all of the things are visible. The background, the sky color, I'll change it to white. So now the scene is visible clearly, but still we do not see our model here. So we do not have any error, so it means the model should be onto our screen, but maybe we will not be able to visualize it. So I'll make the scale to be as say 111, because I'll make it as a full scale. Asset item, ID, and the source, all of these things are written clearly, and we still do not see the model here. And we actually do not have errors also, so I'll go back to this one and I'll see if we have added anything we needed to add. No, everything is right here. Okay, okay, the response type is array buffer, source is been added here, and then we can a minus asset item and gltf model equal to Taj. So these things are right. Okay, so sometimes what happens, maybe there is a issue with the model itself, because I have experienced that error a lot of time. So what we can do here, so we can go on to the Tinkercad and we can create a different model here. Okay, so I'll just go to the Tinkercad dashboard and I'll create a different model, because there may be some issues with this model when we exported it, and it happens all the time. And how I am going forward and backward, I do not understand it. Okay, so now I'll create a new design here. Background, assets, asset item, ID, these things are pretty good. These are complete in every way. So now I'll just create a text here. So click on the text, and now I'll just add here my name. So let's add here Makershala. Okay, so now we have this model here. So I'll just reduce a little bit, and I'll drag it and bring it here. Oops. Okay, so now I'll just export this one, export, and inside the GLTF. Okay, and it will be exported very soon. Okay, so now save file, and now we'll just add it into the assets. So upload a asset. So I think it is Sizzling Velmo, and very strange names. And then just copy the link. So copy, and now we will add it inside the HTML. So I'll just delete these CSS and HTML, the JavaScript. Whoops. Okay. So delete this one, the CSS, and now inside the HTML, I'll add this link here. So now I think the model should be visible to us. No, because it is showing me an error here. Asset something is missing. Okay, so the closing tag is missing. Where is my model? Where is my model? Where is my model? So like if you just see here, so if I upload my model here, so this is actually we do not have a code for Tinkercad class. Okay, but we had a couple of sessions on Tinkercad, so you can join these sessions. Okay, so I'll just bring it a little bit here. So I'll need to add the rotation also. Let's see if we just delete the scale, what will happen then? Still no model on to go. So if we just go back and click here, so we can see if we have any errors here. Okay, it is had no errors. Yes, Anjali Dwivedi, I'll try my best to speak in Hindi. GLTF. So actually this is the way you can add a model onto your project. So I'll copy the code from here and I'll just paste it here. So now if we just run this one, so now you can see that this model has been added to your project. So this is the way to add a model. Okay, so you just come here, so you create an a minus assets, and then inside the a assets you create the asset items. So it is important to do this, and then inside that you define the ID, and the response type is equal to array buffer, and then you upload the model to the glitch server, and then you define the link you copy the link, and then you add that to your source. Okay, so this will be added here, and then you go inside the entity a minus entity, and then you add a model using a gltf minus model and the id of the model. So id you have created as name. Okay, and then we refer to id using the hash code, so hash and the name of that model, and then we define the position and the scale and the rotation also. So if you want to define the color, but color will not change, it depends upon the model. And then in the same way you can add a model to the screen to the your scene. Okay, so now you can create any model. You can create a building, you can create a structure, you can create a rocket, you can create a planet, and then you can place that model anywhere onto the screen. So, okay, so I think we are done here for this session. And if you have any doubt here, so you can ask in the comments, and I'll take the question for next couple of minutes, for 2 minutes, and then okay, Aditya Saluja, good afternoon, Aditya, how are you? Okay, and then we will, I think, okay. Okay, so to go the backward and forward inside the model, you can just use the arrow keys. Okay, so if you use the arrow keys or the WASD keys, so you can just move backward and forward. So now if you want to deploy that app to your mobile phone, so you can just copy this link, okay, the link of your project, and then you can open that link inside your inside your the browser, the Chrome. Okay, and then you also need to download the Google VR also. Okay, so then you will be able to experience this one. So I'll just copy this one, and then I'll show you how can you do that. So I'll copy this link, and I'll send this link to my mobile phone. Okay, until then, if you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments. So I'll just I'm sending this link to my phone. Okay, Aditya, good. And now it should come anytime soon here. So now uh, I'll just show the code here, so that all of you can, if you want, you can just look in the code, and if you have any doubt, you can ask. So I'll send the link here. So now I'll be able to access the link inside my phone. So now I have the link in my phone here. So now if I'll just open this link, and now the 3D scene is in my phone. So if I just switch it to VR, okay, so I can if I just switch it to VR, okay, and enter VR, so now it will show me it inside a VR. So I hope all of you are able to see this. Okay, so this is how it looks. So you can just rotate it, and now it will be visible onto your screen. So if you just put it inside your VR box, and then you will be good to go. You will have a true VR experience. So now I think you are able to see that up close onto the screen, onto the camera. So this is how you can create a VR app using just the plain HTML. We haven't used any other thing. We are just using HTML here, and then you can deploy that onto your mobile phone. So how cool is that? So how we have democratized the technology. So now all of the people, those who have some technical difficulties, जिनको JavaScript नहीं आती या programming नहीं आती, they can still build the VR apps, and really good VR apps, and then they can deploy that VR app onto the phone. Okay. So I hope all of you are good. So now I'll just come back in the focus, and we will be able to go. So now it is good. So, and now I think the things are good. So if you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, we will be done for today. Okay. So I'll wait for another couple of minutes, and again I'll just go on to the makershala.in. So I hope all of you have copied. I'll share the code with you, so do not worry about it. So I'll just go on to the makershala.in. So if you just search here the VR box, so you can get this VR box, and then you will be able to experience the true VR at your home without any expensive gear. Okay, and you can build your AR app, VR apps, and then you can test them also. In the next, I think in the next Sunday session, we are going to have a session on augmented reality. In that you can create the reality using your mobile phone and the camera, and you can just use with the marker, with the help of the markers, you can create augmented reality also. So for that purpose, we are going to use the A-frame, the same one. And if you want to buy this kit, the link to this kit is in the description, so you can buy the kit from the description here. Okay, and I think we are good. Okay, so I'll just put on the VR here, and I'll just try it, and let's see what will happen. So this is how you can put this onto the VR box. So I'll just switch to the VR, and now so I'll just put on my phone here on this VR box, and I'll just close the lid, and now we are ready for the true VR experience. This is how you can put this on. So now I can see all of these objects in the real life. So now this is, I'm not able to touch it, but this is my the sphere. And then if I turn a little bit this side, this is my JavaScript, this is my block, the red one. And then if I move a little bit this side, I have this one, the cylinder. So now this is actually really important, because when we created the VR, I have all of the things in my front. Okay, but now when I'm visualizing all of the things in the actually the VR box, so now I can see that some things are in this side, some things are in this side. So it is good to have that. If you have this VR box, so आप लोग इन एप्स को क्रिएट कर सकते हो, और आप उसको लाइव टेस्ट कर सकते हो कि एक्चुअली ये VR में कैसा दिख रहा है. सो अगर आप लोगों को चेंज करना पड़े, so that you can change all the things on the fly. Okay, so that is why it is important to have the VR box. So now all of the things are here. This is the surface. So now actually I'm have, so now it is cool that you can see the some color text also coming. So it is good. So if you can just wear it, and you can create some very cool applications. So if you just add the ability of the to access the camera here, and then you will be able to create a very cool VR apps. Good. So I think all of you are, all of you are good to go. All of you have learned about these things. So I think you do not have any other doubt. Okay, so by this we came to the end of this session. I hope you learned something. Okay, so I'll do it again. So with this we came to the end of this session. I hope you learned something, and you learned about VR, and you do not have any doubts. So stay tuned, keep learning, and keep innovating, and subscribe to Makershala, because we are doing 2 live streams on Sunday 11 AM and on Wednesdays 5 PM. Okay, and we are exploring a lot of technology. So bye for now. See you on Wednesday.